The news about Charlie refining a magic medicine spread like wildfire among the elite families in Orus Hill. Salman White, head of the White family, Terry Castillo, owner of the Collector's Vault, and Orville Hudson, owner of the mansion, all heard the rumor. Although all three were desperate to ask Charlie for some of the medicine, Salman was the only one who felt bold enough to ask. Salman felt confident. After all, he had already shown his loyalty to Charlie long ago, even giving him a villa in the Thompson estates worth over $100 million. So, that afternoon, he went to Charlie's house while Charlie was home alone and pleaded with him for one of the magic medicines. Charlie didn't refuse him. After all, Salman was a pretty easygoing guy. Although his son and nephew were foolish and arrogant, they had learned their lesson. Now, Salman himself was always respectful and humble toward him. It was just one pill. There was no need to be stingy. When Salman White got the confirmation he was hoping for, he was so excited he bowed deeply to Charlie 3 times. The wealthier people are, the more they fear death. To them, this miracle drug was like a second chance at life. Everyone wanted to get one for themselves, just in case. After Salman left, Charlie took out some medicinal materials he had at home and refined a batch of pills. For this batch, he used only 1/10 of his ingredients to make 30 pills. Moreover, because this new pill used the complete formula and the ingredients were far superior to the last batch, the effect was more than 10 times stronger. If the previous pill could treat most moderate internal injuries and had some effect on all of them, then this new pill could heal even fatal internal injuries. Even Tristan Finch's chronic ailments and old injuries from years ago could be cured by taking just half a pill. If you were on the brink of death, even down to your last breath, this medicine could save you. After refining the medicine, Charlie kept 20 of the pills for himself. He then took out 10 of them and called Waria, Tristan Finch, Knox, and Salman White. He told them he had finished the magic medicine and was hosting a dinner at Orville's The Mansion that night to distribute it. When they heard the news, they were all ecstatic. They couldn't believe it. Mr. Wade was truly a phoenix. He had made the magic medicine so fast. It was almost as quick as whipping up a batch of dumplings. That night, everyone arrived at the mansion early, waiting for Charlie. Charlie made dinner for Claire, his father-in-law, and his mother-in-law. He told them that an old friend from the orphanage was back in town and that he was meeting them for a small get-together. Then he slipped out of the house. At the entrance to the mansion, Salman White, Knox, and his daughter, Waria, the renowned Dr. Tristan Finch and his granddaughter Fiona Finch, Orville, and others were all personally waiting to greet him at the door. Today, the mansion had closed its doors to all other guests, solely to entertain Charlie. When they saw Charlie, a hush fell over the group. They greeted him with immense respect. "Welcome, Mr. Wade." Charlie glanced at the crowd and smiled faintly. "You guys came really early. When did you arrive?" Waria smiled slightly. "Mr. Wade, it's an honor for you to organize this yourself. We had to arrive a little earlier to show our respect." For the dinner, Waria had deliberately dressed up, wearing an elegant and classy black evening dress. The sheer material highlighted her perfect slim figure, not in a flirtatious way, but with a unique and sophisticated charm. Paired with her flawless features, her entire presence was absolutely stunning. Charlie couldn't help but stare for a moment. Waria looked absolutely incredible tonight. When he compared her to Claire, he realized their looks and figures were nearly identical. But in terms of poise and presence, Claire was leagues below Waria. After all, Waria was the daughter of the Smith family, and she carried herself with an elegance that most women couldn't match. Skyler also blushed as she stepped forward and bowed to Charlie. Unlike Waria's mature, sophisticated beauty, Skyler had a unique charm that combined her athletic grace with a youthful innocence. Skyler wore light makeup, which, combined with her martial arts background, usually gave her an aura as cool and distant as a winter flower on a mountaintop. But ever since she'd developed feelings for Charlie, she was more like a flower blooming in the spring sun, revealing a softer side. As she looked at Charlie now, a blush crept onto her cheeks, giving her a sweet, girlish innocence. Waria, watching from the side, felt a flicker of something in her eyes. A woman's instinct made her subconsciously size up Skyler as a rival. She wondered if Skyler from the Knox family was interested in Mr. Wade. Her grandfather had instructed her to find a way to bring Mr. Wade into the Smith family as a son-in-law, and she was genuinely tempted by the idea. Could it be that Skyler of the Knox family had the exact same thought? Charlie was oblivious to the thoughts of Waria and Skyler. He just smiled at everyone and said, "From now on, remember this. When you're with me, you don't need all the formalities. I'm a simple guy, so just treat me normally." When everyone heard this, they quickly protested. Christian said reverently, "Mr. Wade, given your status, we must show you proper respect. We can't break the rules." Salman added, "Mr. Wade, you are the supreme master of Southlight. You are doing us a kindness. We wouldn't mind waiting for a day, let alone a few minutes. We wouldn't say a word." Tristan couldn't help but clasp his hands together and say, "Mr. Wade's medical skills are unmatched. Anyone in Orus Hill who knows of your incredible abilities would admire you." Seeing their insistence, Charlie nodded helplessly. "All right, let's not stand here at the door. Let's go in." Waria smiled softly. "Mr. Wade, after you." Charlie didn't object and led the way. The other influential men followed him in a line, staying a respectful half-step behind, careful not to close the distance. They entered the Diamond Box, the most exclusive private room at the mansion. Inside, the table was already set, laden with an array of exquisite dishes. Charlie hadn't invited many people, but every guest was a major figure in Orus Hill City. They were all heavy hitters, and any outsider seeing them together would have been completely shocked. As the owner of the mansion, Orville spoke with a deeply respectful tone. "Mr. Wade, when I heard you were hosting a dinner here, I took the liberty of arranging this menu myself. It's a significant step above our usual Diamond Box standards. The wine is also a century-old Pappy Van Winkle bourbon, which I had flown in from Montana overnight. I hope it all meets your approval." Orville had known about Charlie's abilities for a while, but seeing the caliber of guests who had come tonight still left him speechless. Waria, the heiress of the Smith family, Christian and his daughter from the Knox family, Salman, the head of the White family, and the renowned doctor Tristan Finch. Any single one of them was a powerhouse in Orus Hill, but in front of Charlie, they were as meek as little lambs. It made a man like Orville, who'd come up from the streets, feel even more out of his league. With so many influential people gathered, Orville didn't dare to speak loudly. Even on his own turf, entering the private room, he could only act like a well-behaved dog, fawning over Charlie and hoping for a glance of approval. Seeing how cautious Orville was, Charlie smiled, nodded, and said, "Mr. Orville, you've been very thoughtful." Orville heard Charlie's praise and replied with excitement, "It's an honor to be of service to you, Mr. Wade. Please, take your seat." Charlie nodded slightly and sat down in the host's chair, the position of Master Wade. Orville then said respectfully, "Mr. Wade, if you need anything at all, just call for me. I'll be right outside the door." With that, he carefully backed out of the room and stood guard by the door of the Diamond Box. Mr. Orville was known as the king of the Orus Hill underworld, but at this moment, he was just a gangster who was out of his depth. Each of the powerful figures dining with Charlie was far above his station. In his position, he wasn't even qualified to sit at the table. It was the opportunity of a lifetime just to be able to speak with Charlie. As soon as Charlie took the head seat, Waria followed closely, sitting down in the chair to his right. They were so close, only a few inches apart, that Charlie could smell the delicate scent of her perfume. According to dinner etiquette, the guest of honor takes the main seat, and the next most important people sit on either side. Among those present, the Smith family was the most powerful. As the representative of the Smith family, it was only natural for Waria to sit next to Charlie. Therefore, the seat on Charlie's other side became the prize everyone was vying for. Christian took this opportunity to nudge his daughter Skyler forward. He smiled at Charlie and said, "Mr. Wade, you are a man with incredible magical powers. My daughter Skyler has admired you for a long time and has always considered you an idol. Why not let her sit next to you? She can serve you herbal tea and pour your wine. What do you think?" As soon as he said this, Waria's elegant eyebrows arched, and she shot Christian Knox a very pointed look. But Salman was cursing silently in his heart. What a shameless old fox, he thought, using his daughter to get closer to Mr. Wade. The main reason Salman was grinding his teeth was that he didn't have any daughters. He thought to himself, if I had a daughter, I'd show that Christian a thing or two. At that moment, Skyler's face flushed and she was mortified. Even though she really liked Mr. Wade and her father had told her to seize any opportunity, doing it in front of everyone felt so embarrassing. But despite her embarrassment, Skyler wasn't one to back down. She simply spoke up, her voice clear. "Mr. Wade, please give me a chance to serve you." Charlie was a bit surprised by her directness, but he just said calmly, "If you're so inclined, then go ahead and sit next to me." Skyler was thrilled. She quickly bowed her head in thanks before taking the seat next to Charlie. Tristan watched with envious eyes. In fact, he had wanted his own granddaughter to sit next to Mr. Wade. However, Skyler had beaten him to the punch, and he couldn't bring himself to compete so openly now. Tristan didn't dare to dream of making his granddaughter Fiona Mr. Wade's partner. But if Fiona could just earn Mr. Wade's favor and be accepted as an aide, that would be a blessing beyond anything he could have hoped for. Something worth more than 8 lifetimes of good fortune.
See that button on screen? That's your full story. Tap it and download the Pocket FM app now for free.